Hello, this is pretty crazy. I was going to the One Punch Man subreddit to read the new remake chapter, and then I saw 12 minutes ago that the comic chapter had been posted. 12 minutes ago. That's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna read it and upload it now just to get it in as soon as possible. I guess I don't know, just because it's hype that I managed to see it when it had been uploaded just 12 minutes ago. But of course, we'll be reading the remake as well. I think that'll probably be up tomorrow. And we're reading Shonen Jump and stuff as well. It's a manga night. We're having a little manga night. Family was saved. New Hero occurrence once again. So this, of course, is the Neo Heroes propaganda force. They're out here doing all of these high publicity good deeds and really selling it. Much more than the Hero Association seems capable of. They're really focusing their efforts on getting these positive interviews instead of some bald guy smashed up my city because he punched an asteroid. Neo Heroes led by Neo leader Excel exterminated Gogugyo. Monster is rampaging in V City, sure. Gogugyo had some meanings remaining. Destroyed by the Blizzard Group, led by Fubuki. Okay, so they're still talking about the Hero Association too. So the Blizzard Group is watching this, lamenting the fact that they're relegated to just defeating minions, even though they're pretty strong minions. Tiger, almost demon. We also wore battle suits. Should we move to the Neo Heroes? Should we discuss it with Mr. Fubuki? Talking to her again in the mind room. Okay, so we can remember way back at kind of the start of this whole extended multi-arc. There's been some smaller things in between, but right around when we first started getting a whiff of the Neo Heroes, there was the whole Prison Break saga, where Saitama and Fubuki busted out Psychos. And now Fubuki is trying to reconnect with her. Through some sort of psychic link. They're in this space. So this is like a space of that only people with psychic connections can reach to go speak telepathically. But notably, it looks kind of similar to the space where Homeless Emperor got his powers, no? No idea how I'm going to be able to find when this happened. I don't know. We'll do a quick binary search. This is Dark Shine Alloy guy. I think it's after that. It's before this. This is where God goes. I'm taking it back. Yeah, see, it's this. It's not the same, I guess. This is like a grassy field. This is like a flowery field. But I wonder. Is there some association between these like non-places, these places of consciousness but not physicality? Also, nice use of just a picture of some clouds in the background. I'm not kidding. Like, I think that's a technique that every mangaka should have in their Rolodex of manga making skills. Just using photos where appropriate, of course, with like filters and such. And just like other artistic techniques, maybe one has not mastered this. Maybe it is not as subtle as it ought to be. It's very obviously just a picture of clouds, not super stylized, but whatever. No forgiveness. What for? By whom? I don't know. Okay. Webby Gaza, of course, the super cyborgified idol. This is Suiryu, riding his bike. Excel, former martial artist known as Suiryu. So the lore, everything we learned about him in the remake seems to be still canon here as well. And things that we've learned in the webcomic, I assume, are canon in the remake. Just haven't shown up yet, like having a sister. Official fan clubs. Suiko and I would become professional heroes at the same time. Top ranked one, said to be the son of Blast. So Blue is flying into the Hero Association. The son of Blast. Okay, okay. He's using like super scream. Does his super strength in other areas also give him the ability to be really, really, really loud? Is that what I am seeing here? Sure. Personal suggestion for the future of the hero industry. Don't have much time. Someone higher up who will hear me out. We want to ask about my father, Blast. What? Okay, I cannot get over this. I thought this was just gonna be like a half chapter gag that Saitama finds out about the hero name victim association and starts petitioning with them to get new hero names. I thought that was just gonna be like, whatever, okay, sure, nothing of consequence, just a laugh. It just keeps intersecting and interfering, and now it's like deliberately, like very clearly blocking progress of what is supposed to be the main plot thread. And it's just this sense of like irrelevance that literally no one is listening to him because they're protesting so loud. Sign the petition. Must be some secret weapon that isn't registered in the hero list. No, you're no ordinary person. He's shouting at the wrong guy. Because they all kind of attacked, and Saitama obviously did all the work. But I guess to Blue it was unclear who actually defeated the dragon level threat. The method of operation. You're not trying to become the next Blast, are you? Okay, so this gives us a little clue as to how Blast operated kind of throughout his hero career. We know now how he operates, that he's called in extremely rarely, only when he can do just arbitrary amounts of damage, that he doesn't have to worry about collateral at all. In the latest webcomic chapter, I dove into some maybe ridiculous fan theory I have brewing in my head about Blast, that he's secretly trying to fund these organizations like the Ninja Village and the Psychic Research Facility that Tatsumaki was in order to develop stronger heroes. I don't know, but now we know that this whole time he had kind of like a Saitama-esque presence, that he wasn't super in the public, he wasn't building up a brand or anything. We aren't saying that. Have you been listening? Dumber gruffy pervert. I'm a great degenerate. Oh, so he was trying to talk to Saitama. He's just kind of shouting through this crowd. He does understand that it was Saitama. Meeting again in the battlefield. My strength of resolve is way out of your league. He came to Genos since you're also an upcoming organization. We've already got 9 signatures. Wait, so there's like 6 of them at least in their group. So I've really only gotten 3 signatures. Oh no! Oh, man, I just can't get over this. One's ability to do this is fantastic. To have such a comedic plotline intersect and interfere with such a dramatic lore fundamental, like the greatest powers in the series, just to have those two collide. Oof. Suiko shows up. You have a hero name yet? Strong, aren't you? No full strength, you couldn't punch the enemy. You with a single punch. It was Suiko. So this is kind of interesting, because in the webcomic, Saitama has no idea who Suiryu is. It's only in the remake, of course, that they had quite a exchange, quite a moment. So were we to assume that in the webcomic all of that happened, it just wasn't depicted? That there was an entire martial arts tournament that Saitama entered and met all these people and blah, blah, blah. And then they just never made chapters about it? Because I think that's kind of funny. And it feels very in line with like the attitude of the series of just like, well, you know, yeah, he does all sorts of stuff. I did push-ups and sit-ups. So you would think if he remembered Suiryu and all of that stuff happened in the webcomic as well, he'd be like, oh, I already fought someone with the Void Fist. He looked a lot like you. But it is Saitama, so it's very, very plausible that he also just forgot about all of that stuff. And then Suiryu just did not make any sort of impression on him. Good face. Classic Saitama face. Oh, okay, okay. Well, we'll find out right here. If Suiryu is like, oh my god, it's that guy. Maybe Saitama does not recognize him, but surely he would recognize Saitama. Okay. Leaders. You know there was one more place that hires heroes. Oh, cute, cute. Okay. I love that Suiryu is just considered by everyone who knows him to be like a huge degenerate that does not take anything seriously ever. Okay. Ah, okay. So this is a break in canonology, which is kind of interesting. That the martial arts tournament wasn't just off screen, but it never actually happened. That Suiryu never met Saitama before. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder what made him become a hero then. Did he have some other sort of incident where he realized the value of heroes and wanted to be one? I don't know, because it kind of seems out of character had it not been for that arc where Saitama saves him and stuff. And he sees the other heroes valorantly struggling and stuff. Okay. Saitama does not give a shit. Can't believe I used to tell you it'd have to be a man strong above me and him, didn't he? Oh, so he's assuming that Suiko is dating Saitama. Sure. Impossible to be strength. Lie to me, my little sister Saitama. No, 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 no. Okay. I want to deal with moving out again. I like that Suiryu is kind of insecure too. Remember he's like trying to ask out the girl that works in the ring. She's like, and then later he's like, if I save you, will you go out with me? Like he's kind of pathetic in some ways, even though he's this like cool martial artist, neat playboy guy. He's kind of got some complexes. Okay. Genos confronts Blue. Saitama was your master. It's all was leaked by a former Hero Association executive that transferred to Neo. Oh. Okay. Okay. Now, we've dealt like with things like this before, like the House of Evolution was their explicit goal. But is there a shadier, shadowier organization behind the wings that's behind all of this stuff? I am beginning to suspect yes. And these secret experiments using monsters? Think about it. Why is Tatsumaki being held at a facility that also has these ravenous beasts that they have to subdue and keep under control? There's no reason to have these genius child psychic people there unless that they're supposed to be experimenting with the monsters as well, that they're having them fight against each other in order to develop psychic powers faster or something, that they're trying to breed better monsters in order to bring out better qualities in people, capturing creatures and tinkering them and re-releasing them into the world. Because wouldn't let someone get away with doing something like that, would you? That itself seems awfully suspicious. So I guess bringing up Metal Knight explicitly kind of makes sense. And we've heard many times before, Metal Knight is your enemy. This is kind of cool too because in the webcomic we didn't have the scene where Drive Knight very explicitly tells Genos, hey, Metal Knight is evil. He's going to attack at some point. We're going to try to figure out what to do. Notably, he's like, do you think they would deploy Blast if that happens? If Metal Knight weaponized all of his stuff against the heroes, would they deploy Blast? Now, let me dive even deeper with my tinfoil hat here on, and say that obviously this is going to become a plotline in the remake and the webcomic, which is why they're kind of syncing up the webcomic with this explicit hint of Metal Knight being sinister. I think again he's in cahoots with Blast. That Blast may not be in support of attacking the heroes, may not be in support of like trying to seize power for himself, but maybe working with Metal Knight in these experiments to try to create stronger people, stronger monsters, just upping the power level of the world in general. Because remember, Blue was like, I have a question about my father. I have a question about Blast. What was that question? We never got to find out. It's very interesting, though, that he had just heard this leaked intel and then has been trying to get a hold of the Hero Association about Blast. So I feel like Blue, poor Blue, genuinely is unaware that the Neo Heroes are just as guilty, if not even way more guilty, of this same sort of thinking. We need to subdue people by force and cyborgize them to make them stronger for the benefit of society. We need to do whatever ethically boundary-crossing thing it is, as long as it's for the power of making stronger heroes. I think he's genuinely unaware. I would be kind of disappointed if this was all a facade. But I think he's just a good kid who's been kept out of that shady business. Okay. Is that again? Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. Must be using the monsters to achieve something. Definitely a place in the facility where they're keeping loads of monsters. They attacked me, so I took care of them. This, of course, being where they were trying to rescue Psychos, right? That there was this underground monster storage facility that they ransacked. I think the Hero Association is hiding from its own heroes. Best to proceed covertly. Going to make a move as well. Oh my god. Saitama's gonna be like, well, I'm kind of busy with the Hero Name Victim Association. So you go handle that on your own. Ooh, or maybe Saitama will be like, I can finally figure out how the hero names are assigned. I can break in and hack and change my hero name. Maybe. Oh, I have to sneeze. I think I have to sneeze. Oh my god, I hate this feeling. Just sneeze if you're going to. Okay, anyways. Okay, so yeah, it seems like Genos master working out in the open. Let's give it our best. Oh man, I could not think of anything that Saitama is less equipped for than a covert intelligence gathering operation. This is going to be a hilarious disaster. I cannot wait to see how this plays out. But yeah, very, very curious. It seems like everyone is shady. The Neo Heroes, of course, hella shady. Metal Knight, hella shady. The Hero Association, even those executives that we've come to love, friggin', the big nose man, name forgotten, and fake eye man, whose name might be Sakurai, perhaps. Those I really think they're like good people, and the corruption of the Hero Association is coming from the funding, the billionaires requesting special treatment, that maybe they're funding these secret projects on the side, having been convinced that they're going to make society smarter, safer. Blast. I really think Blast might be involved. Again, I talked about my logic with this before, that like it's just a more interesting story if there's something sinister going on with Blast. If he turns out to be a perfectly gallant, perfectly heroic person, then he's kind of just redundant with Saitama. Like, he's obviously not going to be stronger than Saitama. Even if he's like the second strongestest in the series, it doesn't really have as big an impact. He'll just end up kind of having the same role as Saitama. Oh, there's some monster that nobody can beat. Da-da-da! Orega kita, I'm here. But if there's something sinister, if they're not that Blast is like straight up evil, I want to take over the world, but that he's doing something shady, that leads to a conflict with other heroes, that I think would be a lot more compelling. That would end up bringing out his character a lot more. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Is this a premonition? Blue versus the monster trio? Okay, good chapter. Let's look forward to the next one. Who the hell knows when it'll come out? It doesn't even show up on the listing. Mangadex's databases are acting a little wonky lately. Like, if I go into my follows... Oh, it finally updated. For a while it wasn't updating that I had read new chapters. Okay. So more to come whenever. Bye-bye.